Hey guys, this is Mr. Miller here. Just want to prepare you for tomorrow's lesson on various minority contributions during World War II. So tomorrow we're going to be looking at the Navajo Code Talkers, Rosie the Riveter, the Tuskegee Airmen, and the American Nisei Regiment. For each of these groups, you're going to read about each of these groups and then determine which group you'd like to make an award for. So the award is, you're going to get a plaque that looks like this, and you'll make an award for your particular group and then present to other students in the class. So I'll just read the first part of each one so that you have a little bit of background knowledge for tomorrow so that we can hit the ground running and you can start making your awards. For the Navajo Code Talkers, during World War II, on the dramatic day when Marines raised the American flag at Iwo Jima, the first word of this momentous news crackled over the radio in odd-sounding noises. Throughout the war, the Japanese were repeatedly baffled and infuriated by these seemingly inhuman sounds. They conformed to no linguistic system known to the Japanese. The curious sounds were the military's way to give tactics and strategy that the master cryptographers in Tokyo were unable to decipher. This perfect code was the language of the Navajo tribe. Its application in World War II as a secret system of communication was one of the war's best kept secrets. So this is a contribution from the Navajo tribe, so Native American contribution during World War II. Go down here, we'll see Rosie the Riveter. Many people are familiar with this poster, very famous poster. So I'll read a little bit from Rosie the Riveter. The War Advertising Council's Women in War Jobs campaign was the most successful advertising recruitment campaign in American history. Rosie the Riveter, a fictional character immortalized by posters supporting the war effort and a wartime song of the same name, helped to recruit more than 2 million women into the workforce. With millions of American men heading off to war, the nation was desperate for workers to staff the manufacturing plants needed for the war effort. So you can see the tremendous contribution here made by women during World War II. So keep that in mind. Maybe you want to make your award for women. The Tuskegee Airmen. During World War II, President Roosevelt directed the Air Corps to admit black units, but they were required to serve in segregated flying units. They faced the same racial tensions and discriminations that existed in the United States at that time, but were determined to serve and protect their country in spite of the jaunts and jeers. Over 1,000 men trained as pilots and earned their wings at the Tuskegee Army Airfield in Tuskegee, Alabama. They flew more than 15,000 missions over North Africa and Europe. So you can possibly do your award to the Tuskegee Airmen. And finally, the American Nisei Regiments. This is the Japanese-American participation in World War II. So Nisei is the term for the first-generation Japanese Americans. They were born and raised in America, but with parents who emigrated from Japan. The Army interviewed 5,000 Nisei to act as translators during the war. You can use the Nisei and create an award for them based off of this information. So the American Nisei, the Tuskegee Airmen, Rosie the Riveter, and the Navajo Code Talkers. So those are your options for tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing your awesome plaques. These are what they're going to look like, so come ready to work. I'll have some colored pencils, but if you want your own markers or your own supplies, feel free to bring those as well. And looking forward to a great class tomorrow.